What's up, ladies and gents? Welcome to episode 272 of the Chumpcast. We got the crew back together. We saw Ghostbusters. This week is Thanksgiving. Daddy's still unemployed. What's up?
For a couple more days, right?
I have no idea.
Wait, you haven't gotten your background check passed?
The ETA says last Friday, so I have no fucking idea when I'll be working ever again.
Ooh, you getting nervous?
Yeah. It's the holidays. My insurance is about to lapse as soon as it flips to December. Yeah, I'm nervous.
Dude, the fucking CIA is just going to bust in from the ceiling right now. Just come down on ropes and just arrest your ass.
I need actual career advice. Brick, can you help me out here? What am I supposed to do?
Crack a beer and enjoy your last week of freedom is
Brick's
what it really
excellent.
comes down
Thank
to.
you.
Because unemployment is dope, except for when you have a family and things to pay for. So you have a job lined up. That background check is fine unless they look up the Chumpcast and decide to not hire you for that. But other than that, I think you're good. You're
Mark,
in the
you want to
clear.
vamp for a second while I fix that?
Yeah, Brooke, we got you echoing for a second. We're going to... Smithers is going to work his magic.
Okay, so
How was the Bulls game in Denver, Brick?
a lot of red. It was electric. We had some amazing fans in front of us that were like probably 10 rows ahead of us, and they were getting up, like having the time of their life. So much so that like in the middle of the fourth quarter, some guy from representative for the Bulls came up to him and just like gave him some guy's shoes like on the team, and they
Really?
went nuts. They were loving it. Yeah, there's so many Bulls fans in Denver. It was fantastic.
Aren't there a lot of Chicago fans in Denver in general? I always feel like I was
It's-
seeing Chicago Bears like bars and flags that were up.
Oh yeah, there's so many people transplants from Chicago here. It's
Yeah.
like California, Colorado people, natives, and then there's like Chicago people, and then that's pretty much.
Just everyone wants to get out of the fucking cold. Everybody wants to be able to go to a real football game.
Everyone's trying to get rid of the brutal tax states, California and Illinois.
That too. It's like Tesla moving to Austin. Are you pissed that Lamar Jackson's not going to play today? You guys got to watch an actual good quarterback come in and play, and you're not going to see that. Who's their backup even?
I have no idea.
Damn, I just saw it who was starting, but now it's escaping me. I'm pissed because I have Lamar as a starting quarterback in my fantasy league,
Yeesh.
so that's kind of a bummer.
We got to talk about the
But-
guillotine league is still going. You and I are left.
There's like what,
Yeah.
6 people up?
6, I think.
Barely.
6. So 5 weeks remaining before we get an actual winner. Pretty excited about that. Although I've got like 4 near-death experiences, so I was like second to lowest score. I mean, all you got to do is not be
bad
last.
week.
And Tony's in the chat. He says Brett Hundley, ex-Bear, ex-Packer,
Tyler
who has
Huntley.
beaten the Bears before. I don't know if you remember that.
Mm-mm.
Tyler Huntley,
Brett Hundley.
Adam
fuck is-
Schefter.
Tyler Hundley.
Lamar Jackson officially inactive today versus the Bears per source. Tyler Huntley starts.
Huntley. Okay. Hunt. Okay. Never mind. I had NFL players confused there. It doesn't really matter. We should probably try and wrap this up so we don't miss much more than the first quarter, though.
Yeah.
Mark, I just realized that you're wearing a Halo Reach shirt.
I am. Was this the worst Halo game that came out? No,
No.
Was this the jetpack one where you had a jetpack and you can just fucking fly anywhere?
Brick, you're going to have to delineate these for me a little better.
Yeah, that was when they added like the class systems
Yeah.
for Halo, and it was fine, but it was definitely I think that and OTSD were the worst Halos.
OTSD, that's the one I think I'm thinking of.
That
It was
one
like
was just
just
kind of a
the
retread,
campaign.
wasn't it?
Yeah, it was like a retread, but they also like made some add-ons to like the campaign. I think I don't know, kind of half-assed. This
Halo
new
3 will
Halo
always be the goat.
recommendations, amazing.
Yeah, I was going to
So
say, you might as well
good,
just
so
do it
much
now.
fun.
We've got that, and
It's-
we don't have to save this for trailers either, but they released that on Paramount Plus, that teaser for the Halo live action series featuring Spartan 117. Those crazy sons of bitches, they finally fucking did it.
It's incredible how well they made this game, and it's like only the multiplayer. They released it early, which is even better. That's like more amazing than it's just like impressive that they did that. It's clean, it's crisp. The sounds and the score, Halo's always been masterful at that. But like when you shoot a sniper, it echoes throughout the entire map, and you just like it feel like you can pinpoint it. It's really, really well done, and like such competitive games. It's brilliant.
How many hours have you sunk into this so far? Do you know?
Too many. Probably too many. No.
That's fair.
But I was
mean,
like,
look,
oh, Battlefield's amazing. And then I just like Halo came out and I was like, damn.
I was going to ask you about Battlefield too, because everybody is shitting on it.
Yeah, people are shitting on Battlefield.
I
saw IGN rated it
bullshit.
like a fucking 6 out of 10 or something.
That doesn't matter.
That's the worst
IGN
rated
scores
COD
are
too.
legit.
This is like when you were
just review bombing.
Do you remember
So
when
stupid.
Mark was like Mr. Game Informer?
Oh yeah, the Game Informer magazines
yeah.
that GameStop would give me. I'm just like, hey guys, what do you think the top 100 games of 2020 were?
Yeah, all wrong answers from that freaking magazine. Either way, Battlefield actually is fun. Like they did the squirrel suit, and they have like a bunch of different classes that you can use. And I still loved Breakthrough, which is like the operations version. It's just Halo is just cleaner and crisper, and it works better.
Mhm.
There was a lot of different glitches and bugs with Battlefield starting out. I think they're going to patch those and get that figured out sooner than later. I don't know. It's hard to get 28 people in a match working well in the same server. So they usually have issues early on, but they usually kind of iron those out.
Mm-hmm.
But Halo is just like 4v4 crispy.
Well, they did delay it how many times? Also, not to get too hot takey, I've always been more of a Halo campaign guy. I love the Halo stories.
You want to hear something fucked up?
What?
Legendary.
I just watched Ghostbusters for the first time. I also have never played the Halo campaign of any game.
Are you serious?
I mean, when Halo 3 came out, that was when I got first introduced to Halo. That was like around the Call of Duty Modern Warfare kind of timeline of things. So I was
Halo 3?
Yeah, I was like a junior in high school, but everyone was just multiplayer. Like it was multiplayer or nothing for me, at least. So I never even got to play the campaign. I will go and play it eventually, though.
I think it's incredible. I think the storytelling is amazing, especially for the first 3 games.
Mm-hmm.
I'm very excited to see where this story goes.
Look, I need some clarification on. Go ahead, Brick. What were you going to say?
The campaign is best suited with 4 people playing on Legendary.
I know. I
completely agree. When you have to when you've both got sniper rifles trained on the Elite, and you're like, all right, count it down. 3, 2, and that's the only way. Otherwise, he just turns around and murders your entire crew.
Did you just spoil part of? Okay,
No, there's a lot of different interactions and things that you need to well plan out, because there's just an onslaught of aliens that you need to take care of. But Legendary, 4 players, that's where it's at. So it's like, I don't know if it'll hold up if you played it by yourself. It's not nearly as fun, and it'd be hard to go back and play those.
I played through the campaigns so many. I remember the very first Xbox when it came out. I had to be a freshman in high school.
Biggest controllers ever.
They were huge. And
they were wired in, right?
Yes, they were all wired. And Halo, it came out right around Christmas. It was just that was the Christmas break that will always stick out in my mind, is playing Halo with my buddy who had just gotten an Xbox. And
I used to get so frustrated because they did the italicized buttons, I'll call it, where they weren't just like PS2. They wanted to be different.
Yeah.
That used to piss me the fuck off. I remember.
I don't know. Some people swear by those big ass controllers now, though.
Yeah.
It's not my cup of tea. I like to be able to move it and not, if I throw it, not leave a hole in my wall.
Yeah, right, dude. Yeah, you can do some actual damage with those.
You could kill a man.
You could fucking kill a guy.
Where they had the white and black button on those big ass controllers.
That was for the grenades in the original.
You could not access those. Those were you had to move your whole hand out of the way. Brutal.
Brick, can you tilt your camera just a little bit? The bottom of your face keeps cutting off when you lean in.
Yeah, I couldn't afford fucking controllers. I would just always get the Mad Cats knockoff version.
Ooh, little brother syndrome right there.
Like the transparent green one. Why do you say that? Because you would give your little brother the shitty controller?
Absolutely. You always took the one that came with the system. You got to have the Xbox fucking certified one.
Actually, I used to play a lot of Tiger Woods. I think it was PGA 2004 or something. And my Mad Cats, it was like the cheat controller because...
But it had the turbo button?
No, well, you would take the joystick and you go back, you bring it back and then forward to swing. But like the way they had their joystick, it had no mobility, so you could easily get like a perfect line every time. Like it would just line it up perfect.
Wow, Mark always cheating.
Oh,
They also had a little bit of input lag, I felt, comparatively to like the actual name brand.
Probably.
PlayStation especially, though.
I need clarification real quick. So, last thing on Halo, I am seeing that you don't need Xbox Live. You don't need like Xbox Live subscription like Gold, right?
It's Game Pass.
Do you need to pay for that?
Xbox
Game
Live
Pass
too.
is monthly like $15.
Why was I seeing that that Microsoft
It's a
was
dollar right now.
basically came out saying we're not going to charge anyone for Xbox to play multiplayer because they're like PC players aren't getting charged to play this.
Well, that's because you have Game Pass. Game Pass works on PC.
Mhm.
Okay, but
Game
you're
Pass
still
Ult,
so
I
there's
think it's
no
both.
way to play the new Halo multiplayer without paying for Game Pass.
I mean, you can get a free trial of Game Pass for like 3 months.
okay.
That's probably what
It's
you've been seeing.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's like a
okay.
$1 per month for 3 months, I think.
All right, I'll download it this week, Brick. I promise, and
It's
then you
fun.
can get mad at me for sucking at shooters.
Dope.
2 things. How do you guys feel about Android actually changing to, instead of sending me a message when one of you idiots just like likes text, it's going to actually give me the emoji?
Oh, it finally figured that shit out.
It's embarrassing that it took so long, but the amount of people who are overjoyed by this is intriguing to me.
Do you think they
Well,
just
not
like?
Android's
Do you
not
think they
into
could have
shit.
done that way earlier? They were just getting to the point where they're like,
I
"No,
think so.
Fuck Apple. We're not gonna."
I understand why people use it because it's quick and easy.
Yeah.
But also it adds literally nothing. It adds nothing to a fucking
No,
conversation.
No, it just lets people know that you saw it, and there's no real response required.
Yeah, but so does K.
K's like a dick response though now.
No,
Exactly,
you do K exclamation point. Then you're like, yeah, I'm excited. K.
No, that's just being
No, you're just
Exaggerative
dumb
dick.
boomer
Wow.
idiot.
I'm all for
There's
the
no
likes and
pleasing
the
you
hearts.
Apple
K.
fanboys.
Yeah.
No,
The
you're
little
just an
emoji
Android
hearts or
traitor.
even the question marks or the exclamations now that you can use. Yeah. I'm all for that.
Okay. My other thing that I wanted to bring up, I don't think that in the future I'm going to have to worry about getting like a colonoscopy because I went to the new Amazon grocery store and they scanned everything and charged me on the way out. And I'm pretty sure that they just would email me and be like, yo, you've got a polyp. You need to go get this checked out.
How the fuck do they know how many pounds your zucchini weigh?
So I asked them walking out of there, I'm like, yo, I don't want you to think that I'm just like robbing you. What am I supposed to do here? So when you walk in, you have a choice to scan, like you open the app on your phone, you scan a QR code, scan on the way out, and it has all of, there's hundreds of sensors on the ceiling, and it's scanning everything as you walk through it. So I don't know what else they were looking at. I'm sure that they got like my shoe size and everything else so they can direct market it to me. But and they can tell if I'm like iron deficient, if I need supplements. It's terrifying.
I'm caught up on still.
Find your size 22 shoes at here.
Bro, I'm still caught up on like how do they know what the weight of your vegetables were when they charge you for that? You walk in, they're like, Ryan, we know you weigh 245 pounds, you fat piece of fuck.
Wow. For the record, I lost 20 pounds.
I'm just kidding, dude.
Piece of shit.
That was actually really mean. We know you're trying to lose weight, but also drink a shit ton of beer every day.
That's why you drink light beer.
We recommend you just get the fuck out of our
Zucchini.
store. No, but how would they even know that? Do
My
they
best-
weigh you going in, and then when you come out, they just take that difference and say,
My best guess is that the produce is weighed prior to getting a sticker put on it so that when they scan it, they know already what it weighs.
okay.
That's a good idea.
Wait, each individual produce you think has a sticker on it, or it does? Did you notice?
I would assume that it does. I mean, otherwise, scanning it on the way out, how the fuck else could it possibly work? Unless they literally microchip your grapefruit.
Like, what about like the basil? They don't put a sticker on the basil.
Yeah, they do.
They
It's
put
got
it in
like,
a container.
you've got like a bushel
Okay,
of basil
yeah,
and they
alright,
wrap it together.
gotcha.
This is really unimportant and
Hold on, I
boring,
need
but
to really think about this for a second.
I'm sorry I didn't mean to break your
He's trying to
brain.
get Amazon. He's trying to break Amazon. But how do they do this?
Well,
What about the cornbread that somebody farted by and just fucking
Jesus.
absorbed? And
They
now
can tell if your watermelon's been farted by. They're like, this
What if you
fruit
eat
is
it?
protected.
What if you eat it in the store and then put the little sensor back?
Oh, that's a good point. Just start eating grapes in the store. They'll never catch you.
I think
Maybe they weigh you though. They're like, we know you fucking ate 3 ounces of grapes. You're going to jail.
Is there a person that works there?
Yeah, there's a lot of people that work there. Like, if you don't have an Amazon or if you're not comfortable doing the whole, like, we'll weigh your shit, you can go to the checkout. It just, why would you do that?
Yeah, and it's open 24 hours, Brick. So the employees are essentially like firefighters. Like, they have 3-day shifts where they have to sleep in the Amazon produce store.
That makes sense.
Yeah, it's kind of fucked up.
You're
but
so full of shit.
I mean, that's
Amazon
Jeff
working
Bezos for you.
conditions.
You're the only one who thinks those bad jokes are funny, and
You just giggled.
I don't understand. It's whatever. All right, you keep racking your brain over this. Brick and I are going to talk about some trailers.
Dude, my brain is poop right now. I'm so hungover this morning.
Damn it, I didn't crop that thing, did I? Whatever, it's good enough.
Crap, what? Oh, dude, it looks like shit. Fix
Oh,
it.
fine. Talk about the trailers then. I'll go
Why
fix
does
it.
look like that right now?
Talk about the trailers.
Huge.
Let's talk about even though we didn't talk enough about Halo, but let's talk about that Halo trailer, Brick. What do you think? That little teaser guy?
I'm not sure what to think. It just basically showed a little bit of the suit, showed 117, but it's just Master Chief donning the helmet. And is there anything more hype than that? It's Halo.
As somebody that has never played the campaign, I noticed a bunch of scars on his back and he was just bald. Like, is that the same as how it was in the game? Do they actually show kind of what his actual dome looks like? His human dome?
No, they never show you. I don't think they ever show you what Master Chief looks like under the helm. So they also don't show you his face.
Yeah, I knew the face, but I didn't even know he ever took off his helmet. But they never
Yeah,
did
I've
that
never
in the
seen
game.
him
Like, he was
armor
always
on.
wearing.
He always wears the helmet. You see, like, the back of his head when he's putting his helmet on or some shit, but that's
Okay.
it.
All right.
I just think it's crazy that they're finally actually doing this because they've been talking about it for I don't know how long.
Yeah.
Brick, I mean, as somebody who's into the story, do you
Spielberg?
care? Are you excited?
Is this Spielberg?
I
Or
don't
no?
believe so, although it is a Paramount production.
Okay. I thought he was attached to it before. Maybe that was the old one. I'm not, or like the
That
old-
might have been the movie they were trying to get made. I don't know. Like, what do you want to see out of this? Is this a continuation? Do they tell a story that we already know?
No, I think this might do some of his origins. I'm not sure, honestly, because I was more in it for the action. I didn't really pay too much attention to the actual story, and it's been so long since I played a Halo campaign. I'm kind of just in it for the wild ride and the score. I just know the score is going to be brilliant because anything with Halo has been fantastic.
Big ass effects, probably. Lots of explosions, sticky grenades.
Yes, a
The
lot
Needler.
of the Halo lore.
Of course,
if
you're the
will,
Needler guy.
energy sword.
Are you
I'm
the
about
guy
to
that
see how this
charges the
energy
plasma
sword works.
pistol and then like BR somebody in the head and you're like, I owe
Oh, the
you?
noob combo. Yeah,
Was
no,
I the guy
haven't-
with
I haven't
double
played that one.
needlers, dual needlers, and
God.
also in the fucking corner crouching with a shotty? Yes.
I don't
dude.
know why I'm surprised by the guy who's never played the campaign.
Yo, the
would
Needler
piss
rips in the
people
new
off.
one. Needler's actually good. The pink mist, baby.
What do you mean
Shout
the
out
needler's
Rosenberg's
actually
car.
good? It was
It's
always
always
fucking
good. It's literally a tracking gun that explodes in you.
It's fucking amazing. The most satisfying feeling in gaming is probably when you have the needler and those 2 seconds after you know you just fucking got like
You see the needles
everything.
go in, they haven't popped
Yeah,
yet.
and you're like,
and you hear
goodbye.
the
Yeah,
yeah.
the best.
Yeah, that's actually a really, really well done sound effect there, Smithers. You should work for Halo sound effects.
I would take that
Sound
job
guy.
because I'm unemployed. Anyways,
You take anything at this point.
I feel like the theme of the week in trailers and news is oversharing because I don't need to see any more of Nightmare Alley from Guillermo del Toro. I appreciate already that Bradley Cooper's in it and Kate Blanchett and
Defoe.
Toni Collette, Willem Dafoe, way more. This looks pretty interesting though, and I will reiterate that this is a Del Toro movie with no supernatural elements. This is just a period piece.
He's not changing into a werewolf at the very end.
That's
I thought
if
there
you
were-
are to
I thought
believe
there was magic
Guillermo.
involved.
What did
Oh,
you think?
absolutely, there's magic involved. I thought that was in like the trailer.
Why would he say it that way though?
So that was like a live quote from
That
Guillermo?
is a direct quote from Guillermo del Toro.
Interesting.
He's a liar.
Could be. You never know.
Misdirection. I don't know. I'm in.
Yeah, it looks
Period
great.
piece,
Looks
I've
well
always
done. Guillermo doesn't do shitty
Yeah.
movies.
I like that. Yeah, I'm a big Guillermo del Toro fan, so let's go. All in for it. Great cast too.
Do you like the setting of the kind of carnival-y, I guess that'd be like 30s?
Absolutely. Yeah, no, absolutely. Super thrilled about that.
Dude, they got to bring back those types of carnivals.
The creepy ones where kids die? No,
Yeah.
thank you. I'm good.
The freak show carnivals.
I was reading a story the other day about a woman who took a job in the carnival in the freak show as just the world's ugliest woman. How low does your self-esteem have to be? Although, if you think about it.
No.
She's making that money now.
No, you're just like over it at that point. You're like, it is what it is.
Yeah, I know what I am. Might as
yeah,
well pay me, and I can
over
stop
it.
trying to shave my woman mustache.
Yeah, like
Just
taking
let
a
it
job
grow.
like that, she's probably doing more things to make herself uglier, though, right? Maybe she has a beautiful smile, but because she has
didn't.
that
There
job
was a picture
now,
included. She does not have a beautiful
All right.
smile.
well,
I'm not saying that that's the only thing that matters. I'm just, it's not good. But okay, so we're in for that. Turning Red. This is the one I wanted to lead with. This is Disney Pixar-y. Kind of looks a little bit Studio Ghibli.
yeah. If
we-
you're gonna compare it to the last one that sucked, the Earwig whatever movie that just came out.
Earwig and the Witch or
Yeah.
whatever, yeah. This looks incredible, though, and is already funnier than, I don't know, Luca was from Pixar.
Yeah.
I'm very excited for this because it's cute and it's everything I need.
They said it was from the makers of specifically Incredibles and Inside Out, I think, right?
Yes.
Okay.
How about the fact that you finally get a
NSYNC
reveal
was in
into
the trailer.
why this is the way that it is? Like, it's a family trait. They start revealing more about the story here. They brilliantly use an NSYNC song.
Yeah.
It's very well done. I'm a fan.
Yeah, animation looks good, and yeah, the Instinct song really sold it to me.
It's well, yeah. I should have known that. Like you, the only thing you need is just a song where you're like, yeah, that's a banger. I'm in.
Great score soundtrack for Brick. He's in.
What else do you want to see out of this, Mark? Like, how do you make that funny, and why specifically would the family emblem or crest or whatever be a red panda?
Well, I don't know the answer to that.
Obviously, we're speculating.
But to be honest, like I wasn't even that excited after watching this.
Wow. Okay.
I don't know. It just seems like, yeah, it's a Pixar movie. I just seems like they're recycling the same thing where they're going back to like the family, heritage and ancestors.
That's
and,
every Disney movie.
Yeah, I know, but I thought I was gonna like this one more, but the trailer just didn't really sell me.
I think it looks adorable. My wife is definitely going to want to watch it, and so is yours.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't. It's going to be good, and you know it.
I hope there's good like food shots in this one.
That's something
Like,
else Pixar's really good at.
Good
Remember
hot,
that
steamy noodles.
that stupid bow short?
Stupid
I
how
fucking
short?
knew you were gonna say
fucking
that.
love that short.
No, you don't. You were terrified of it just like I was.
I was not terrified. Cute ass little bow.
You should be
Poke it.
terrified because it's terrifying.
Pillsbury Doughboy on steroids.
Okay.
I would pick a bow over a Pillsbury Doughboy any day.
To eat?
No, like a come to life food.
But they don't have the cute giggle.
Because the Pillsbury Doughboy is just dough, like
Yes,
a crescent dough,
I'm
right?
familiar. Yeah.
I would rather take the bow dough coming to life.
What about a Stay Puffed marshmallow?
Bow dough,
Wow.
dude. Because
Communist.
also,
I
if
think we
it's
need
red
to
bean
do,
filled, you have that to look forward to if you decide to eat it.
I think we need to get both pictures up in a side by side, or all three pictures up in a side by side, and put it up to a Twitter poll.
Maybe that's a future draft is like best on-screen food, best looking on-screen
Most-
food.
Most edible, or
That's a good
best
one.
looking on screen food. Yeah.
Somebody write that down.
It's Ghibli. Any shot in Ghibli.
That's no.
any food
There,
shot.
there are other good.
Ghibli.
Yeah, you just are a Ghibli fanboy. All right.
Ghibli.
Next trailer. It's good to see Riz Ahmed back. It kind of seems as though he's got a relationship going on with Amazon Prime at this point.
Mm-hmm.
They did The Sound of Metal, which I really liked. It got a lot of award recognition. He was great in it.
Yeah.
He was.
And this one's a little different. So Riz Ahmed stars an encounter in which he's a father of two. He's ex-military or whatever, and he's either losing his mind or there's aliens. I can't tell.
I think Amazon
Or
is
he
trying
is
to
an
trick
alien.
us because I read the synopsis and they're like, "Ooh, they made it seem like these were like what he's seeing. They're actual like weird alien type things that are going to harm his children. I think he has PTSD. That is going to be my theory.
It could be a combination of both. That's what I like about when they tease something like this. So now the key is to not give the rest of it away.
Yeah.
Obviously, but yeah, I'm in for this. I love Riz Ahmed. It's on Amazon Prime, coming soon. Octavia Spencer's in there. She's another Oscar winner, so it's got some star power. People love Riz Ahmed.
Yeah,
I don't necessarily love his music, but he's a good actor.
Yeah, he's takes on really dramatic roles and really kind of dives deep into them. I liked in this trailer specifically how he's a secret agent and goes on secret missions, but at the same time, like how he is as a father to his kids and like makes it feel like an adventure, even though it seems like it's life or death for him, and him trying to kind of play that role of making sure his kids don't feel, scared or they're just kind of playing a mission, but in reality the stakes are so high. I just kind of liked how he was playing that.
They did some cool effects, like with the I guess the eye thing. Like he comes face to face with somebody and you can tell that his brain is going through is this an alien or is this a person? And that person's eye, their iris kind of just like explodes and looks creepy.
And his eyes in general, he plays the perfect paranoid dude. Like he's always just like kind of geeked out looking, just like, what the fuck is going on? So this is definitely a well suited role for him. But yeah, I'm more curious to see, is it gonna actually be more like PTSD and him having these visions, or is this an actual alien movie?
My money's on both.
Okay.
All right, let's get into the meat of this week. Starting with Don't Look Up. What's that, Brick?
This movie is gonna be amazing. I'm pumped for this one.
The cast alone: Meryl Streep, Jonah Hill, Leo. I mean, this looks incredible. J-Law. I don't know what else you say about this. This is Adam McKay, who's done some of my favorite movies.
Did he do Big Short?
Big Short, and he did Vice, and he used to work with Will Ferrell a ton. But in this case, it's interesting. Like if you look at his career, the arc that he's gone through, where it's like dumb comedies, serious retellings of live action, and now you're just like crazy over the top type shit, where like an asteroid is coming to Earth and nobody believes these scientists because it's very poignant and apropos of our current times. And this looks great. Meryl Streep.
Leo looks incredible, by the way. Him starring in that role of like the really nervous scientist who like has to tell everybody the world's like ending, but he like doesn't know. He's like,
he definitely has like IBS, and yeah, you can just tell.
He's having like panic attacks like in the trailers, and it's just glorious what he's doing. And then J-Law out there playing like the crazy girl sidekick is going to be I'm all in for it. Jonah Hill, especially his character though.
Yeah, it's great seeing Leo and Jonah Hill back in a room together.
Yeah,
it's fucking awesome.
There is so much star power in this movie. I can't fucking wait. All right, final trailer of the week. Again, I said that oversharing was a common symptom. Spider-Man No Way Home. I'm after this. Anything else they release, I'm out on. I've seen enough.
No. I didn't watch this trailer.
I figured you wouldn't.
Anything about Spider-Man? I haven't watched anything. Haven't heard anything. I mean, I have heard things, which is bullshit. But it is what it is.
Wait. What did he say?
He said I have heard things, which is bullshit. Oh. Well, I can't really help you with that.
Don't
but,
go on Twitter.
Yeah, just stay off the internet entirely, and probably quit a pop culture podcast, and also don't talk to any of your friends.
You know what I hope happens and teaches people a lesson is I hope fucking Garfield and Maguire don't show up.
I agree with you.
I hope they don't show up and just everyone just shuts the fuck up and is like, okay, we're done doing this, but it will never end.
I 100% agree with you. I need to stop seeing more of this. They already like the internet is undefeated and it never changes. But within like an hour of this trailer coming out, Sony released the trailer for like specifically for Brazil. Mm-hmm. And the angles of certain shots were slightly different. So you saw people go through and dissect the different angles of the shots and like zoom in to what you couldn't see from another trailer, which is the same. It's fucking ridiculous. So I appreciate that there are people out there doing that stuff so that if I am actually interested, I don't have to do it. But maybe chill out.
It's well, like we're at the point where we're 95% sure that they're showing up. Like it's pretty obvious.
The old Spider-Man?
Yeah.
I mean, I think the Sinister Six is really obvious.
Well, yeah, extremely obvious.
They
are showing up.
I don't know that I agree about.
Okay. Well, what people have been doing is there's that one shot, and they're comparing like the pole. There's the scaffolding shot in the trailer. They're looking at like the poles, how they're set up, the lights in the scaffolding, and it looks the same from that photo we weren't sure a couple weeks ago with Maguire and Garfield when they were. I think Garfield was like sitting on scaffolding or some shit like that. But it looks to be like, yes, they are going to show up. It's just people are out of their minds, like just piecing together every little thing of this trailer. Brick, you there?
I'm here. I just
Did you mute me so you didn't have to get spoiled on this trailer?
I took out my headphones, so I didn't have to listen to any riffraff.
Well, Brick, you didn't miss much. Well, actually, you missed a shit ton in this trailer, but yeah, I'll stop talking about it because I know you want to go into this, which I respect you wanting to go into this movie, not seeing all the craziness that has ensued on all the speculation of what's going to happen in this new Spider-Man movie.
I'm just gonna look at the shit afterwards, and once I watch it, I'll be like, "Oh yeah, oh that was cool, oh, yeah, nice." I won't even do that. I'll just be like, "All right, I'll just take my own."
It's the day and age we're in, man.
I know. Information is everything. We drafted
to something that neither of you give a shit about. It's been 20 years since Chamber of Secrets was released, Mark.
Oh my god!
As our resident Harry Potter nerd, are you excited for a reunion coming to HBO Max, or do you not care?
Hell yeah!
What the?
I didn't even watch. I rarely watched an episode of Friends, but I sat down and watched that reunion, and it was entertaining enough.
That's really interesting. Why?
Because Kelly wanted to watch. Okay. She was a big friend.
I don't know why Friends. I asked. I should have known.
But yeah, I think that's going to be cool.
I don't think that they have anything interesting to say. I think that they've all gone on with their careers and tried to do different things to get away from being known only as the Harry Potter characters.
Yeah.
I'm surprised I'm not surprised because they backed up a Brinks truck and paid these actors to do this. So it is what it is. But I don't know. I guess it actually happening is a little bit surprising to me.
I just think I hope
surprising. Coming out with a new game that's releasing soon too. Like they're just bringing back all the Harry Potter IP and they're trying to get as many eyes back on it as possible.
That's true.
Those dollar bills
and that's
they're like, fuck.
Also why they're not inviting J.K. Rowling. Because the internet is so mad at her about everything.
She's still getting a lot of money.
Yes, she is. She's getting literal billions of dollars. I don't think we really need to belabor this, though.
Yeah. As long as the cast just really focuses in on the movies and shit we didn't know about, even if you bought the DVDs and watched all the extras.
Instead of plugging their next projects or whatever. Yeah.
That's what I'm looking for. Things that from the first movie that maybe the way they shot some scenes or maybe there was somebody that was going to play a role that nobody had known before that ended up not taking it or something like that.
Fair enough. All right, boys, I got a drop for you.
Here's some money. Go see a Star Wars.
Go see a Star Wars, indeed. So, Brick, we know what your recommendation is going to be. It's Halo. Mark, we know what your recommendation is going to be. It's Cowboy Bebop.
Yes, you're right.
Do you want to just pontificate a bit? I'm halfway through the first episode, so I don't have an opinion yet.
Yeah, let me try to do this real quick. So, both of Smithers and I specifically, Brick, I don't think you've watched Cowboy Bebop, the anime.
Not yet, no.
But we're pretty decent fans of the show. I mean, I would say it's one of our favorite animes.
It is my favorite anime of all time.
I was a little skeptical going into this because we have seen firsthand that anime does not always work in live action.
No.
A lot of people were hesitant and kind of giving shit about the cast and who was casted. And some of them had good reason, like Spike is a 27-year-old dude in the anime, and John Cho obviously is 27
late 40s.
Yeah. But after watching, I'm 5 episodes in, I I can tell you right now that the cast, even in like, I was not all gung ho about it, but the cast does a really good job. Like their connection is fucking awesome. Mustafa, what's his last name? The guy that plays
It's
Jet.
escaping me. He's great.
Oh, dude.
Is he wearing contacts, by the way?
I think so. I'm pretty sure.
If not,
maybe.
he has the most piercing eyes I've ever seen.
He is perfect for that role.
His voice too.
His voice it's fucking weird. It sounds just like
It's
the
spot
voice
on.
actor that did Jet in the anime.
Mm-hmm.
But yes, he's fucking amazing. Even Faye Valentine, people were giving her, well, not giving her directly shit, but just how she
The
looked and-
interpretation.
yes, it works.
She's a little
It
too
works.
like bubbly for me.
Yeah.
Granted, I haven't seen it all. We'll see how it goes, but
What I'm getting to is the one thing I just can't really get around is I don't think an anime live action really is ever going to work. And it's sad to say that because the best parts of the live action are always getting you to remember back to the anime. And you always just think, yeah, the anime did it better, you know, and it's going to make you want to go back and watch the anime, which is great. But they kind of didn't hit the mood of Cowboy Bebop perfectly. The atmosphere, I kind of have an issue with. Like each individual episode was 25 minutes long, and the thing I loved is it was just it was like a vibe. It puts you in a mood each episode, and every scene was different. And yeah, this live action show doesn't quite accomplish that, if that makes sense. But
I think it's really hard to come in and basically retell a story. Like, for example, the first episode of this is the Red Eye episode with the guy who's stealing from the syndicate. If you're trying to tell me that story again, I'm just going to think back to the anime and remember
Yes.
exactly what happened. The other complaint that I have is that the hand-to-hand combat is slow. Mm-hmm. And that's obviously you get an established actor to come in who does not have a history of martial arts or anything like that, any hand-to-hand combat. Props to him for picking it up
Yeah.
and going, but it's never going to look as good as
Star Trek.
animated.
He had some hand-to-hand combat in Star Trek.
Not like this.
Okay.
Not
I'm
at
gonna
all
go
like
in and
this.
watch it. I'm gonna watch it from a perspective of not knowing the anime. And I'm
Okay,
gonna-
That honestly, that would
Yeah,
probably be the
that's
best
right.
way to go into it. And then if you are into it, you can go check out the anime, and then you've just got like more story, more lore.
yeah, it's
I'm in.
it's nice. They do stick to the anime and a lot of the storylines there, but you're always just going to be like, wow, this is making me want to go back and watch the anime.
Pretty much.
And they just don't do too much different to where it really the live action sets itself apart. But the score brick, the music to this anime specifically has stayed true in the live action. They had the same lady, I think, that was doing all the score and
the
for the original
composition,
one. The
yeah.
composition, there you go, for the original one.
Yeah.
So the music is fucking amazing throughout this series so far.
Big
All right.
score guy.
Big score guy.
For you, Brick, yes.
I will update on you on my Succession obsession. Mm-hmm. It's hard to say. I'm on episode 4 of season 2. I hate these people and I want to see them all die, and that's why I keep watching.
Okay.
I want Logan Roy to just like drop dead. He's such a piece of shit. He's hilarious because his insults remind me of Veep. Mm-hmm. At one
Right.
point, somebody says something intelligent, and he looks at them and he goes, "Why don't you take your library card and fuck off?"
Who
I'm
are
just like, "Wow, you're smart. Fuck you."
Why don't you take your library card and fuck off is so good. That is so good. A+ insults. That's another good draft. Best insults.
And the other thing I wanted to mention is that Eric and I started watching season 2 of Tiger King. She's into it. I mean, I got to see what happens. I know what happens.
Yeah.
I feel as though a lot of the luster has worn off.
Okay.
But
I figured.
now they're telling the story from the prison of Donald Trump is like supposed to be pardoning him, and he never did, obviously, because we already know that. But a lot of people maybe don't. It's just as fucked up as it was before, and these people are still sociopaths.
Okay.
They're all narcissists. They're crazy.
Is Carol Baskin interviewed a lot in it or no?
No, although they do reference her. You know, she has her own show now.
Does she?
It's called Cage Fight.
Okay.
Like, obviously, the inference there is she's fighting against tigers being in cages. She did a Reddit AMA this week, and the very first question, obviously, is what do you think happened to your husband? And she goes in this big, long diatribe about how he liked to fly, and he's probably at the bottom of an ocean somewhere. But the whole thing is just like, man, these people have lifelong notoriety. Do you think, like, 15 years from now, no one's going to come up to you and be like, hey, I learned about this Tiger King thing in history class.
Yeah.
What the fuck was up with that? And you're going to be like, son, sit down. Let me tell you the tale.
Is this why you don't ever cut my mullet? I'm
Yes.
just like, yes.
Correct.
Exactly
That's correct.
what. Speaking of that, yeah, he needs to get a haircut for Christmas. It's getting ridiculous, that mullet. I want to watch season 2. The luster factor, though, I had a feeling it was not going to compare to season 1.
I'm only like 2 episodes in. Maybe they'll throw in some new info. It just, at this point, it's just stuff that we already know.
Yeah.
In my opinion. It's still weird to me that this was only the beginning of the pandemic when this happened. This whole phenomena that was Tiger King.
It was a blessing, though, because that was
We're still talking about it.
Biggest season 1 watch show at the time for Netflix, and it got everyone talking in the comfort of their own home.
Gave us all something to do.
Yep.
Gave us all something to talk about. All right. I'm going to play another drop.
Don't forget voicemail.
Usually I lead with voicemails, but in this case, this is pretty specific to what we're talking about now, so I'm going to go ahead and play this. Brick, I'm sorry, I'm not sure if you'll be able to hear this. I'll fill you in when we're done.
Chumpcast, got Mike.
Cop Mike.
Sitting here in city traffic, about to go hit the street. Know you guys are doing that little draft wager. Had a bad movie that you guys should think about giving the loser of those things called
2 losers.
Killed Me by Lindsay Lohan.
Oh,
I know who killed me.
I know who killed me.
And I actually walked out. So it did a couple of miles of front. So one of the worst movies I've ever seen. Keep doing what you guys are doing. Love the show. Continue listening while Lindsay gives birth to twins. So, see you guys.
So first of all, thanks for calling in, Mike.
Thanks, Mike.
I would like to propose. First of all, Mike, thanks for calling in. You're the man. Smithers, are you ever going to see Old, or is like what's the deal here? You're unemployed. You have plenty of time.
Old?
I would say that probably I can deliver you guys a review next weekend. You're right. I totally have been putting it off. I was waiting for it to come out on streaming, and then I just kind of forgot.
I was waiting to get my new job, so I just had an excuse, but it's gotten to the point where I don't even know if I'm going to get a job
I have
anymore.
always paid off my bets, and you know it. I even do it on the show most of the time.
You're a
Whenever I owe you
non-welcher,
money
right?
or anything, I pay my bets. I do not welch.
Right now, it's outstanding. So you're welching currently.
Yeah, you
So,
fucking drank a
you're a
bunch
known
of Welch's
welcher?
grape this morning, motherfucker.
Wow.
known welcher until it's paid off. You're a known welcher. You know it.
I know why this is happening. First of all, thanks again, Mike, for the voicemail. I also want to point out that Mike's wife, Lindsay, is also a listener, currently pregnant with twins. We wish you the best of luck in delivering those lovely babies, and I will definitely pray for you. That'll be their. They're getting 2 new kids. They already got 1, but yeah. So, little update. I'm officially 1 win away from paying you idiots back for making. I lose so many bets on this show. I gotta win. So I won last week by like 2 votes. Brick, I feel as though we have to give you some props for receiving 0 votes on Twitter. From the Twitter poll, literally 0 votes. Impressive.
Yeah, I didn't really put forth my best foot in this that rock draft.
It was the
I mean,
Hercules
it wasn't
first
even on
pick.
the episode.
Yeah, that really sunk you.
I feel like people saw that first pick and didn't even dare to look at your second, third, and
Well,
fourth.
you looked at me and you were like, does he think that they're supposed to be fighting each other? And then he gave his second pick and he was like, no, there's no way he thinks that. He's just really bad at this.
Mm-hmm.
But anyways, if you're new to this, we have this little competition. We draft new teams every week. First to win 5 drafts total gets to pick a shitty movie for the other 2 to watch. I currently have 4 wins, and I believe that the both of you have 3. Is that accurate?
And then according to Smithers, you get unlimited time to watch this for no reason at all.
Do we want to put a time limit on it?
I don't know. Does it matter? Apparently, you're just a
How
rule
about
breaker.
how about a month?
Well, I'd say that's
So within 4 shows of losing,
I would
gotta,
say
you got to
okay,
review it.
It
with
depends.
Another loser.
It depends. So I would say if it's in theaters,
Okay. Yeah.
you get time based on when it releases on streaming.
Okay.
Because I don't think that any of us are in a situation where we're like, we want to go to a theater and see a shitty movie.
No.
Is that fair?
Yeah. I do think.
Punishment. Yeah.
I do think it shouldn't be like a second place, third place thing. I think the 2 losers should watch the movie together and review it. Can we
I
agree?
agree. I agree. Yeah.
That's
We
fine.
could even set it up on Patreon where as like a group watch.
Sure.
So you get to come in and make fun of the losers.
Yeah, that's fine.
That said, our draft this
We'll
week.
stream, but yeah.
Our draft this week is iconic film vehicles. So this one is difficult for me. There's
Film
the
or
cars.
TV, right?
Say again.
It's film or TV.
Yeah,
film
that's
is
fine. Which
television as well. Okay.
already tells me that you have one from television that you want to use. That's okay.
I just was clarifying.
So this is hard for me because there's the cars that I actually like, and then there's the cars that I think that people would vote for. That's tougher, but nobody cares. I do get to pick the order though, and I'm
Order it
gonna
up.
go ahead and go third. So I won. I can't go first, and I will say I'm trying to figure out which one of you knows less about cars. I think it might be Mark.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
I'm gonna go with Mark.
Definitely.
Specifically because of that one time that I had to go jump his car, and he had longer
Oh.
jumper cables, and I couldn't get to the front of his car, and he knew that he had the jumper cables, and he just didn't get them. So Mark, I'm gonna make you go first. Brick, you'll go second. So now we just have to vamp until he gets done peeing. How's that beer going down, Brick?
Beer's going down. Not at all, actually. I never grabbed it.
Wow. I am infinitely disappointed in you, but I don't know what I expected.
Left you hanging. I actually grabbed a coffee instead, and I felt like that was probably the better choice.
You can have
after this, I'm gonna
both.
be
I have
gaming-
both right here.
I'm going to be gaming on Halo, and I need to have. If I'm going to be smoking weed, I can't be high and drunk. Or else I'm
How
gonna be
confused do you
terrible.
want your body to be?
Exactly.
You've got
Just
your
sitting here with-
ADHD combating those meds, plus marijuana, plus alcohol, plus
Plus
caffeine.
these lights that I have in here are all like changing colors every second. I'm just like in a space warp out here. So yeah,
Mark just came for 2
Caffeine
seconds,
and
and
weed.
okay, never mind. He's coming back. All right, Mark, I've decided that you're going first because you know the least about cars.
Mark just came for 2 seconds.
Yep.
I'm going first.
Yes, you are.
Ooh, I don't like this. Oh, fuck.
Iconic movie vehicles.
Ooh, am I a dumbass?
I think that there's a lot of wealth into which we can dig here. It doesn't just have to be like, ooh, fast car that Nick Cage drove or whatever.
Okay. No, I really didn't want to go fat at first because, okay.
That's
All
why
right.
I picked you.
I'm going to pick the DeLorean, and this is more of just a pandering pick.
I think it's a layup.
I
I
think
mean,
this is going to get a lot of people.
if you see a DeLorean on the street, what's the first thing you think of?
Back to the Future.
Back to the Future. That is the definition of iconic. Can't argue with it.
Yeah. Okay. There you go.
Brick, your pick.
the Batmobile.
Hold on.
I would say you have to specify which Batmobile.
I can help you if you want, Brick. I personally think the one that, well...
Tumblr.
is this-
You're going to say Tumblr.
No, I think it's 89.
I was gonna say 89 too. Probably.
It's either
the
89 or
real-
animated series, but the Tumblr would probably be third.
They're all pretty good.
Yeah. It's up to you, though.
I don't
But
get-
if you wanna
I
go
don't get
89,
just-
that's fine.
I don't get just the Batmobile.
No.
I think
All
it's
forms
hard
of
just
the
because there's
Batmobile.
been so many.
Yeah. There's so many different variations.
I mean, I don't care because I'm not going to pick the Batmobile. So, Mark, it's up to
It's
you.
just I think the Batmobile is just off. I get the Batmobile that's just off limits. Like doesn't matter. how
Okay,
many
we can just do
iterations there are.
Batmobile, but okay, yeah.
I'll
That's
pick
fine.
the picture of the Batmobile. Is like because there shouldn't be like 15 Batmobiles. We could have done a Batmobile draft.
Yeah, we could have.
Mm-hmm.
Mark could have. I couldn't. I can name like 4 of them.
I could.
And the new Batmobile sucks.
The Batman Forever Batmobile with the nipples on it. Sick.
The George Clooney
I'm always
Nipplemobile.
mad they didn't make that happen. They should have just put a couple nips on the Batmobile.
Just make the headlights, make the headlights come to a point so it
Yes.
looks like an areola and a nip. You're good.
shoots fucking plasma out the
Okay.
nipple.
All right. My turn. I've got 2. So if I said Mutt Cuts.
Fuck. Yeah,
So
I
it's
had that one.
It's an 80s Econoline van, which not very iconic, when you think about it. But when you adorn it in fur with ears,
I'm gonna steal it.
Oh, you mentioned steals when I went up there?
I did not, although we have talked about it in the past. You get one steal per cycle of winter. So this is like, we'll call it season 1.
We're getting down to the wire because you might win this week.
Yes.
And that would be it. So, yeah, we got to use our steals if we want to.
So, yeah, you can steal that, and I do not get an opportunity to steal it back. Mark, if you wanted to, you could steal it now.
Right now.
No, we decided there's no steal. Once it's
Okay,
stolen,
yeah,
it's
we
stolen.
did decide that.
All right, fair enough.
Sorry.
So, with that, I'm going to go with James Bond's Aston Martin DB5.
Okay.
I feel it, especially since it's like top of mind, fresh in your memory at this point. We just saw a version of it, the beautiful iteration of the updated version of that car, that silver car. It's iconic. You see it and you're like, James Bond. That's why I think it's stupid whenever he drove like a BMW or drank Heineken. Like, I get your advertising, but that doesn't work. He drinks shaken, not stirred martinis, and he drives an Aston Martin.
Yeah, there's a lot of product marketing in that.
I thought it was a Jaguar.
Those movies, Omega watches. But that's a good pick.
All right, and with my second pick, the Shaguar. The Shaguar. The Austin Powers, 1960s.
Is it even a draft if we don't have an Austin Powers reference in there?
It's not a draft if you don't at least mention Austin Powers. This one, though, it's got the paint job of the Union Jack.
Is that the one with the flag on the hood?
Yeah, it's over the whole car.
Okay.
Like
yeah,
you have the crisscross, and that's the British flag.
Yeah.
So that's my second pick. So I'm going to kick this back to you, Brick. You just walked away. All righty then. So he stole my pick, knew that it was coming back to him.
No. I thought because I stole it, that's my second pick. Because I already have 2 then.
Yeah, that's true.
Okay, fair enough. Mark, your turn. Second pick. Second and third picks.
I'm going to go with Dom's Dodge Charger.
Which one?
The one with the fucking thing on the hood. I don't know.
I hate you so much.
I don't fucking know. How many? I'm thinking of the one from like the
first one.
Yes, yeah.
So the first one is a 1970 Dodge Charger with that giant holly blower sticking out of the hood.
Exactly.
It's a beautiful car. I love it.
The thingy-majiggy. The
shocks
thingy-majiggy on the hood, yeah.
The shocks on the hood, yes.
Exactly.
Yes. That's a supercharger, for the record.
The shocks on the hood, like I said.
Great.
Last pick for me is going to be the Ectomobile.
Yeah, I'm going to steal that.
Fuck. That sucks because I don't have another one.
Good. That's kind of the point. So this is let's talk about the Ecto one. It has an outsized role in this movie that we're going to review soon. I loved that. Although, as soon as that fucking Cadillac rolled out of the barn, it's a 59 Cadillac, by the way, and that thing weighs at least 8 tons. It's converted to ambulance. It's got like a rollout seat and all this other cool shit on it. I'm a big fan. Those big, huge tail fins and the big lights and the like nothing is more iconic than that. I can't agree enough, which is why I'm stealing it. So with that, I think you need to make another pick.
You got to give me 10 seconds. I'm going to go with...
This is so easy.
I'm going to go with the Ferrari and Ferris Bueller's Day Off.
That's a good pick. Can you tell me literally anything about it?
It was red.
It was red. That's a good point, Mark.
It was a convertible.
It's an 85 Moderna GT Spider.
It kind of looks like a Subaru, kind of. I'm just kidding. I'm just trying to piss you off at this point.
I'm not a huge Ferrari guy, to be honest with you, but I get it. It's a cool as fuck car. The ending scene when they're trying to get the odometer to roll back on it, iconic scene, and finally Cameron's just like, yeah, fuck it, I don't care anymore. I just realized that guy is Connor from Succession. Shit. Now I hate him even more.
For me, it was either going to be... I picked the Ferrari right there. I was thinking about the van in the remake of Texas Chainsaw Massacre where that girl is hitchhiking and they pick her up and then she
And she
kills herself.
finds something.
Yeah, like that's an iconic van.
Not for that reason, but yeah, she finds something that was previously hidden. Is pretty much the nicest way I
Can't
can
get that.
say that.
You can't get that scene out of the van out of your mind. The reason I brought that up though is I'm watching these YouTube channels. They're all these horror movies I never watched, but this guy just does kill counts of the movies. So like I never got into Pinhead movies, but I'm watching these guys' videos where he's like it goes through the whole movie pretty quickly. And it's like, yeah, he killed him this way, this way. I'm just like, God damn.
Okay. So is that all your picks now, or you got
it.
one more?
No, that's it.
He still has one more.
No.
But he stole one, so I'm pretty sure. No, wait, you didn't steal. All right, whatever. We'll come back to you.
I had
Who were
DeLorean,
your picks? Mhm.
Dom's Charger.
We are so bad at drafting.
And then this one. You just picked.
Ooh. Fuck, I thought that was my
Ferris
fourth.
Bueller's. That's your third. I haven't gone yet. I
Yeah.
still have my third.
You got one final pick.
Come back.
Your turn.
Yeah, come back to me.
I'm gonna go with the Mystery Machine.
a good pick.
Scooby-Doo van. Very iconic. Everybody you see that van, you're just like, all right, Scooby-Doo.
Yeah, I feel like that's one of those things like the Jurassic Park Jeep Wrangler, where you see people recreate that. It's just kind of corny.
Yeah, but it's not an iconic car. I'm not saying you have to drive around in it.
That's fair. Let me ask you guys a question. This doesn't have to do with my picks. Which Jurassic Park vehicle is more iconic? The Jeep or the Explorer that was painted like neon green? Because in my opinion, it's the Explorer.
Really?
Mine's the Jeep. I think it's the Jeep.
I was thinking the Jeep.
I don't know, man. I think maybe if you guys saw this, you'd give it a second thought, but either way.
Okay.
All right, my final pick. Final two picks? Final pick. No, I stole one, so it's my final pick.
Oh. No, yes, it's your final pick, yeah.
He stole the Ectomobile.
The Ecto One. Please stop calling it the
Ectomobile.
Ectomobile.
Yeah.
Piece of shit.
Ectomobile.
All right. Man, this is tough. I am going to go with the 1976 AMC Pacer with flames on it from Wayne's World.
Okay.
I really go to a lot of the same movies for these. Austin Powers, Wayne's World, whatever it is. I don't care. I have 2 cars driven by Mike Myers.
I just feel like that car is not going to resonate with a lot of people. They're not
I think
gonna
as soon as you see it, like if you see the outside of that and Bohemian Rhapsody is playing, you know exactly what that's from. Maybe it's of a certain generation.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm old, but for me, that's just I had to pick it. And we'll get into some more in my others receiving votes, but so those are my 4. Brick, are you done?
No, I have one more. I am torn, honestly. I'll tell you the one that I decided after Mark picks, I guess. But shit.
Come on, you can do it.
This is a big one because this is the game is on the line this week. I am going to go with the 1979 Ford LTD Country Squire from the National
Men in Black?
Lampoon's Vacation.
Oh,
The
Okay.
fucking
I was thinking
Trip
about that one.
they-
That's a good one.
the wagon.
just take
Okay,
that the wagon, baby. Gets the job done.
very iconic. You threw me with the LTD because that's what they drive in Men in Black too. Although it's not a wagon, so that's the old. Remember, Will Smith gets in and he goes, "This Ford POS." It's an old
No, I don't
LTD.
remember that.
But with that, Mark, I will kick it to you for your final pick.
Yeah.
Lay it on me.
I didn't know there was a name for this, but it's the Giga Horse from Mad Max Fury.
Is that the Falcon, the Ford Falcon?
That's the big
Yes,
old
I believe
sucker.
so.
Yeah, we don't even have those in America, and I don't think that's a very iconic car.
It's this.
No, I know what it is. That's not even the one. Okay.
No,
So
that's
that's
not it. It's the one he primarily drives with Charlize Theron when they're in the. It's the one they drive around.
yes.
The majority.
I
of
was
the movie.
so the Falcon is the Holden or Ford Falcon is the one he drives in the original trilogy.
Gotcha.
The Mel Gibson does.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't matter. Brick, who is your one that got left off?
Love Bug, like that.
Herbie the Love Bug?
Yeah, it's iconic. But I felt like the wagon's gonna get it done.
Yeah, I have that on my list. not the wagon, the Love Bug. I also had the 99 Skyline that Paul Walker drives in Fast and Furious 2.
Yeah.
The Flintstones mobile. Pretty
That's a good
iconic.
Oh yeah, that's
Smokey
right.
and the Bandit Trans Am, the 79 Trans Am with the giant bird on the hood, the black one, black and
Okay.
gold.
We're talking cartoons now. What about we initially said vehicles. So would the Jetsons flying, is that a car?
Could
or a
be. If we
vehicle?
wanted to stick to live action, like there were live action Flintstones movies.
Yeah.
But
Right, that's true. Well, yeah, I guess.
what about the Pussy
teenage-
Wagon from Kill Bill?
That's a good one.
The yellow truck, that horrible, ugly truck.
Another yellow truck. Well, not a truck. I guess it's more of a van. The Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles van.
The turtle van. Yeah.
Yeah.
The Shelby GT500 Eleanor that Nick Cage drives in Gone in 60 Seconds.
The van from Texas Chainsaw Massacre remake. Yep.
No, definitely not. Yeah, that's a pretty comprehensive list. I think we did okay here.
Yeah.
Surprisingly.
lose.
I like that I didn't have to just lean on. This is one of those where you gotta pander. There's no option. You just gotta pander.
I hope DeLorean will bring it
And
home for
the
me. I hope nobody looks at my other three and just are like, okay, he's got the DeLorean. There we go.
That one and the Ecto one,
DeLorean's cool.
I feel like we're like one.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Hopefully, I wrap up this
Oh,
week and you guys
Batmobile.
suck and we're starting over.
Brick's got the Batmobile though. You got to just let me know what picture, what Batmobile picture you want, what one you want me to use.
I think I want the long, skinny one, whatever that one was.
I think we're
That was 89.
yeah, we're talking the '89. It has the little bottle baby
Flares in the
nipple
back.
at the top of it.
I think so.
I don't even know what
I'll-
you're trying
I'll-
to.
It's like a jet. It
I'll
looks
take
like
your
a
word
jet
for it.
engine, but it looks like there's a little nip. Speaking of nips, just poking out from it.
All right, guys. There's football on, so I'm just going to move this along now. Gentlemen, that fart sound means that it's time to talk about our movie review, which this week is Ghostbusters Afterlife. So, Mark, you told me that this was your first foray into the Ghostbusters world. You
Yeah.
went back and watched the original. Mm-hmm. Can you give me your high-level thoughts?
I really liked it.
Wow, what a
as
hot take.
Corny, well, not corny. Is for the time frame.
Campy.
Campy, and the effects not being all that great. I just thought the writing, Bill Murray, of course, just yeah.
Spoilers.
What do you mean spoilers?
You don't know that he's in this movie?
No, I'm talking about the originals right now.
My bad.
Oh, I thought
Spoiler
you were
for
asking
me.
me how I like
That's
the
my
originals.
fault. Spoiler for me. Yes, I was. Yeah,
Okay.
you're right. I'm wrong.
So yes, I went back this week and watched 1 and 2, the originals, which I've never watched any Ghostbusters before for whatever reason, and I thought they were really good, and I think they still hold up, and that's tough for me going back to watch like an early '90s movie. There's some that I love all the Rocky movies, but there's just some movies where I don't know, like the way they're shot and the effects they use that just takes me out of it. And even though the effects are nowhere near what they are today,
But they're practical.
Yes.
They didn't try to CG all of it.
yes,
And that's what I liked when they brought the terror dogs into this, is that they were still practical effects.
yes. Now to going to Afterlife, what I really appreciated is I was a little scared that they were going to try to take this one and realize like the realism around the originals wasn't there. Like some of the like the dogs where they just like shattered open and the person was in there. I thought they were going to stray away from like shit like that. They stayed true. They just used their effects to make it look more realistic, but it was still campy. It still held true to the originals, which I appreciated.
So before we get into our actual proper review of this, do you feel as though they leaned too heavily on nostalgia for the new one?
No, I think you have to.
Okay.
I think you have to.
Well, I guess
Especially after getting the Ghostbusters with Melissa McCarthy. No, yeah, it was McCarthy, right?
yeah, that was rough.
You gotta just do this as a fan service. You have to stay true to the originals.
So let's do some setup on this movie. This is directed by Ivan Reitman. 61% on Rotten Tomatoes, 96% from fans. That does, by definition, make this a popcorn flick.
Mm-hmm.
I think that it's very fan servicey. I think that the comedy holds up. It's good. You got to have Paul Rudd in there because Carrie Coon. I think that I'm ruined for her because I watched The Leftovers, and that show pissed me off to no end by the time you get to the very finale of it. That I kept seeing her, and I was just like, God, I fucking hate you.
I don't remember her character being that hateable in that show, though.
She was pretty hateable.
Was she?
She was a piece of shit.
She didn't she just did stupid shit, right?
They all do. That entire show is fucking stupid.
Okay.
So, anyways, let's talk about the cast. We got Carrie Coon, I mentioned. Paul Rudd mentioned. Finn Wolfhard looks like he's never eaten a cheeseburger in his life.
Yeah, he's a skinny guy. He's also very like, what's the type of rock he's into?
Indie.
Indie rock. There we go. Yeah, he's in a band and everything, so no surprise, dude. He's got the look. He's got the look going. I'll give him that.
But after seeing him in this and seeing his awful bowl cut, I'm less excited about Stranger Things.
Mm-hmm.
Because he's old now. He's like tall and lanky, and it's gonna upset me.
Yeah, and he's skinny because he's in that. Growing up, like I was one of the fast metabolism kids, and once you start growing. It's not like you start putting on weight. It's you just fucking extendo. So
I'm aware.
It's not body shaming him here.
I guess our main character is McKenna Grace. She plays Phoebe Spengler. She's good, although I feel as though they went a little over the top trying to make her look like Egon Spengler. With the glasses. Mm-hmm. She at one point in this movie, she finds her grandpa's glasses.
And they line them up.
They're exactly the glasses that she's wearing. Mm-hmm. It's a little on the nose. Also, nobody wears those circle glasses except for Egon Spengler and Harry Potter. So I don't, or
daughter,
weird
though.
German dudes.
And his daughter.
All right, so obviously we're 35, 36 years later.
Jeez. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so every now and then they realize the ghosts come, and it's a same callback to Gozer, the Sumerian god that comes back and tries to basically just rule Earth. And our family here is being evicted out of New York, and they have to move to this shitty old town where Egon Spengler lived. That was his farm. They called him the Dirt Farmer. He had apocalyptic biblical verses spray painted along the side of his barn and all this other shit. Honestly, it's a pretty good setup.
Yeah.
It's a pretty good setup for a movie that was 40 years in waiting. You know, Ivan Reitman, obviously the son of Jason Reitman, who also passed away. Harold Ramis, who wrote the original Ghostbusters and a ton of other comedy movies, passed away. Mm-hmm. I feel like he got his flowers here in this movie as well. So I'm going to shut up now about the setup. And Mark, why don't you just give me your high-level thoughts?
I kind of did already. I thought they did a lot right with this. Yes, I thought going into it with the younger cast, they were just going to try to do like they were all the son or related to some member of the original Ghostbusters. That is partially the case, but I like how they didn't necessarily make all the little kids like little Ghostbuster.
Yeah, you're the new Egon. You're the new Ray. You're the funny one.
But
you're the black one.
Having just watched the original one, I did really like how they did stay true to every campy bad effect type thing that happened in the original ones. They did the same shit. They just used better effects now, and they like the demi-dogs, I'll call them, or what are
terror dogs.
Yes, I just thought it was ridiculous, but I enjoyed it. Like watching the original one, how they're like actually inside them and they just crack open and like peel apart when they die. They did the same thing.
Just like the original.
Yeah. I thought maybe they were going to do some weird shit with the new one where they'll just like morph them back or make it seem like it's more not realistic, but they were going to just try to go a different route with it, which they didn't. So
let me ask you a question, because you're just coming off watching the first two for the first time. Mm. Do you think they leaned too heavily on the nostalgia for this?
No. No, because I don't think they were trying to make this like its own new thing again. I think they just wanted this one to be a nice send-off kind of without spoiling it. But
so you think they're going to end the story here?
I think it was mainly just a fan service movie, and looking at the Rotten Tomatoes fan scores, it shows people had a good time watching this because of that nostalgic factor. I don't think they're going to try to make this a 3-movie thing. Maybe they do another one.
I mean, it's making a lot of money, so
yeah. But I don't think they were thinking about it going down that route when I thought they were just thinking, hey, let's make this a tribute per se to the originals.
Okay. That's fair.
Yeah.
Brick, thoughts on Ghostbusters?
Brick, did you go back and rewatch the originals? Were you in the same boat I was and like didn't watch them at all?
I've seen the originals before, and I liked them. I haven't seen them in a long time, so I probably should go back and rewatch those. The Ghostbusters movie, the new one, definitely didn't see it at all. So I'm pumped. I want to see it. I just didn't have time this week. Yeah, I did.
I had to ask.
So I didn't ask me any shit. Yeah.
I was gonna text you. I'm like, there's no way Brick saw this movie.
He had people visiting this weekend. It's fine.
It's fine.
Yeah.
Brick, go back,
Shout out,
rewatch the first
listener.
one. Just watch the first one. I don't know if you need to watch the second one, the original.
Okay.
And then go see this movie, though. That would be my
Okay.
recommendation. And for anyone that
Okay.
hasn't seen the originals, like I was in that boat, you
I'm
have
planning
to
on seeing
you
this
have to
soon.
see the original to appreciate
I've
this one.
been looking forward to this. How's Paul Rudd?
Paul Rudd is incredible as always.
He's Paul Rudd.
There is one scene in which he's strolling through a Walmart, the cleanest Walmart I've ever seen, by the way. I don't know what kind of promotional consideration that the directors, producers of this movie received. They had a lot of product placement, and that's not atypical for a big blockbuster movie like this. It's got a huge budget, and you got to hedge.
Yeah.
But boy, they really leaned hard into that, especially with Walmart. And I remember, so this movie's been delayed, I don't know how many times, but 2 years ago around Christmas, Walmart was like putting out commercials, and it was Ghostbusters themed. Like there is a heavy corporate tie into this.
Yeah.
And that's fine. It is what it is. It's capitalism, but
As long as Walmart will start carrying, this isn't a
actual
spoiler 'cause
nuclear reactors,
No, this isn't a spoiler because it was in the trailer. The mini
Stay Puffed.
Stay Puff Marshmallow Dude, they need to make those into like a stress ball type foam little action
I'm
figure
sure
guys.
you
I'll
ask
buy
and
one of those.
the internet
It's in the
has them.
works.
Just put them right here, cute as hell. You got to.
They were vicious, weren't they?
Yeah.
I was not expecting that.
I did like them switching that up, you know? Don't make it so big, just make a fucking bunch of little guys instead.
Did you feel personally? Okay, hang on before I get to that. I liked it because you can explain away including that cute character from like the first movie because Gozer, the Gozerian,
Yeah.
is the big monster. And at one point in the first movie, she asks them to pick like what do you want the Destructor to look like? And that's the famous scene where he's like, I don't know, I couldn't get it out of my head. So like, Gozer the Gozerian just remembers for this 40-year span that fucking monster marshmallow, and is just unleashing them on this shitty town in Oklahoma.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's great.
It was real great.
Now I forgot where I was going with this, but
How did you like wait, what was the main antagonist?
Grace,
Yeah. No. Yeah, the one that
the antagonist,
antagonist, the sparkly with the hair,
that's Gozer.
Gozer, right?
Yeah.
Okay. What'd you think about they stayed true to her costume design and kind of how she looked?
Yeah, it's not Sigourney Weaver, but they do definitely the stairway thing, like that is cut and paste out of the first movie.
What do you mean it's not Sigourney Weaver? She wasn't Gozer in the first one.
She comes out in that outfit.
Wait. No fucking way. Gozer with the two dogs. That was Sigourney Weaver?
Yes.
I thought Sigourney Weaver Sigourney Weaver was in one of the dogs. Yes. That wasn't her.
Shit, you're right.
Yeah.
My bad.
But yeah, okay.
Anyways,
You had me confused for a second.
Yeah, I had
She
myself
was
confused.
in the dog. She was okay.
how did you feel personally attacked by the little character named Podcast?
I did.
I don't think that his comedy really lived up to the way it could have, but he was funny.
Yeah. We could have wrote for that better. We could have been like, all right,
We could have just been in this movie.
have him make fun of this and say this.
In reality, what you need to do is have him argue with his co-hosts about when they can actually record and what's important to talk about and whether this is dumb and not funny. And did your idiot co-host go see this fucking movie this weekend?
Props to him for doing a podcast show solo because I can never do that. There's no way.
I could probably do it.
You could.
Nobody would listen to it.
You kind of do it already with the Forza stuff.
A little bit.
Yeah.
A little bit. All right. I really was torn when I walked out of this movie. There is a Deus Ex Machina that is incredibly obvious that comes through and saves everybody. This is a movie where you shouldn't really care about the plot. And I say that fully knowing that when you go into the storytelling in this movie is really loose. There's a lot of shit that doesn't really make sense.
It's Ghostbusters.
Sometimes the ghosts are tangible, but when it's convenient for them to be intangible,
Yeah, they just slide right through anything.
and they skip over a lot of things. And this girl is a Mary Sue, if I've ever seen one. She's good at everything and just a fucking complete genius. So those are the kind of downfalls for this. I will say I feel like the comedy landed. I got to see this in an early screening, which I don't think I'll ever do again. So this was not like a press early screening. This was like a fan service early screening.
Yeah.
So many movie clappers. Every time, like when Janine shows up, they're
This
just
was
like,
a very
"Woo!"
fan clapping movie, though.
There's not like that's what's worse, airplane clappers or movie theater clappers.
Probably movie theater clappers.
Nobody has your life in their hands, right? In a movie,
Because airplane clappers.
nobody can hear them. Like, who are you clapping for?
Yeah. Well, we take it for granted flying in this fucking thing
At least the pilot can hear you clap.
tens of thousands of feet up in the air and surviving and not just taking for granted like, oh, I'm going to be fine. I get like the clap, we made it. We landed safely.
Yeah.
Being in a movie theater, especially me being in Batman vs Superman, and I had a girl next to me who clapped and was on the edge of her seat literally leaning forward and like doing this the whole time.
That sounds fun.
I was gonna lose my mind.
Yeah, that's rough.
But yeah, those people, a small subtle clap at the end, okay, but that's
No.
never the case.
Still that, no.
That's never the
The actors on the screen cannot hear you. The director cannot hear you. They are not in the theater with you. Shut the fuck up. I'm trying to watch this
The
movie.
point is, everyone around you can hear you and get into it. It's like the wave. They want people to catch on and just follow the crowd. Be sheep.
I will also say that part of the setup for this, in order for you to kind of believe the plot, you have to think that the Ghostbusters wouldn't trust one of their own. And that's a hard pill to swallow. A lot of it just didn't make sense. I'm able to look past that because the nostalgia, and this is kind of a funny movie that you shouldn't take seriously.
Yeah.
I think that for purposes of this, since Brick didn't see it, and since a lot of people probably haven't gotten to see it yet, but I feel that they will over Thanksgiving weekend, we won't spoil it. Is that fair?
Yes, we won't spoil it. Just know that you're going to be happy if you want to see some original cast members.
Yes. I also did not give a shit about anybody else in this town other than Paul Rudd. I don't care about any of the teenage side characters. Didn't care about that Finn Wolfhard pseudo love interest story. Don't care.
Yeah, that didn't play out well.
It's a waste.
It was just
This movie is
pointless.
just over 2 hours long. It could have been an hour 45 if you cut that shit out. It doesn't detract from the movie necessarily. All in all, I'm going to say see this. I don't think that, unless they came in and just like were absolutely flying in the face of the originals, and I was offended by that, there was never going to be another rating for me.
Yeah.
So I don't know what else to say. Mark, what's your rating?
I'm gonna say see it. Humor wise, it greatly stemmed off the originals and things they said in those movies. They brought it back to life, and they put this new one put a twist on a lot of what we loved about the first couple ones. So if you're going into this loving the first two or whatever, I'm not going to say the Melissa McCartney one because I'm sure you didn't. You're going to have a great time watching this, in my opinion.
You're not going to
So
have
go
a
see it.
bad time.
Yeah. You're going to appreciate it. You might cry at the end too.
I might have. It was very fan servicey, and there are a lot of reasons.
You're like, I fucking knew this was going to happen, but dude, it's still hitting me hard.
It was very predictable, but also when you think about the director and who wrote it and who put all this together as like an homage to Harold Ramis, I think it kind of makes sense.
Yeah.
And there was, like I said, unless this was going to fly in the face of the originals and take them down somehow, I was never going to not like this. It is what it is.
It seemed like this one was very. It seemed like all the original cast members actually kind of had a say in this one to an extent. I felt like,
Well,
like
it's Harold Ramis, yeah,
yeah, well,
obviously.
it just wasn't like it didn't seem like a money grab type of movie where it
Bill
was
Murray doesn't do money grabs.
Yeah.
He's been doing all those indie movies for a while.
like a genuine tribute type movie.
I think you're right. And I think that because of who was involved in the actual creation of this, I think that stands to reason.
Yeah. So while you might get to the ending and be like, okay, I knew that was coming. By no means did I feel like they were just doing that as,
Like this is going to make us money.
Exactly.
That's what all the merch is for.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Brick, I've made you sit in silence for long enough. Let's wrap up this episode. I assume that you're watching football right now. Who's winning? You're muted. Smooth move, X-Lax.
Houston just picked off Tennessee, and now they're in the red zone. They're already up 3-0.
All right, there you go.
Tennessee is beating all these top-tier playoff
This is a
contenders.
letdown week for them.
I guarantee you Tennessee loses to Houston.
Trap game.
Guarantee
Houston
is
is
strong.
garbage, but
You want to throw
I don't
20
know.
on that?
There's got to be a game. No, absolutely not.
I'll give you 2-1 odds, $10.
Okay, let me see what's going on with the game.
All right, fair
after
enough.
this. We'll think about it.
Well, it sounds like the Texans. It doesn't matter.
I just think Tennessee is going to have one of those games where
They will.
They're beating all these fucking
Every team
great
has had that
teams,
game this season.
but they're going to lose to a shitty team. I think it might be Houston this week.
All right, boys. That was episode 272. Thanks for tuning in. As always, you can find us on social media at the Chumpcast. C2E2 is in 3 weeks.
Yeah.
Also, Encanto, that new Disney movie comes out next week. So it's Thanksgiving.
Okay.
If we don't talk to y'all, we will talk to y'all. But I hope y'all have a great and safe holiday with your families.
Eat some pie.
Eat some pie. Dude, turkey sucks. I hate turkey. It's
You
always
just got
dry.
to mix it. Are you a mixer? The stuffing, the cranberry, you're like fucking and you kind of just
I'm usually a
work it
guy
in
who
with
just
each other?
douses everything in hot sauce.
Okay. I don't like when
Gravy.
people like take the turkey, have a little bit of gravy, their stuffing is like to the other side of
How
the
do
plate.
you choke that down? It's just like dry in your
I know.
throat.
I'm like, you got to mix it up. I even throw fucking cranberry on that. You got to get it a little moist.
Baking a turkey sucks. It's the worst.
Moist it. Are you gonna smoke a turkey this year?
No. I don't like turkey. I would rather just order a pizza.
I like ham.
Ham is better than turkey. I'll give you that.
Ham is better. I agree.
What the fuck are we talking about? Let's go watch football.
We suck.
Peace.
All right, let's get out of here.
All right. I guess thanks for tuning in. If you want to call or text us, 847-920-6107. Until next time.
Go vote on our Twitter polls for these drafts. Love you guys.
But not for Brick. Vote for me.
Just up, motherfuckers!
Because Mark has no chance this week.
True.